Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So today's video, I want to be talking about Executive Order 11246, which is an executive order that was just rescinded by President Donald Trump. And this executive order, which was signed into law by Lyndon B. Johnson back in 1965, was a executive order that prohibited U.S. government contractors from discriminating against people on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and/or natural origin. And it also required government contractors above a certain size to implement some forms of affirmative action programs and increase diversity in their workplaces. And I have a lot of opinions on these topics relating to things like affirmative action and the new term, which is DEI, which President Trump has sort of been on a warpath against. I think that most Americans who are, or at least Americans that are his supporters, are very they don't have they don't understand what DEI actually is, and I'm going to talk about that in this video as well. And I think that as someone who is a middle class, hardworking electrical engineer, I've been doing what I've been doing for the past, it's damn near almost 8 years now since I graduated college. I think that when people hear about DEI or affirmative action, they think that it would give someone who looks like me a job over someone who may or may not be white. And that could be so far from the truth. What DEI actually is that it increases where you look for potential like applicants, or like whether it be for a particular field, if it's a workplace, or you increase awareness or exposure to certain fields, like let's say STEM, to increase the amount of people going into these fields. Because in reality, my profession in particular, and in STEM fields in general, there is a retirement crisis that is happening, where a lot of people who are working in STEM fields in the United States are getting older. I would say, I mean, even at my job, which is a controls company, I would say the average or median age is probably in the late 50s. And you're seeing a lot of jobs listings stay open for months, if not like over a year. And this is causing a lot of issues for these companies. And it's just hard to find people, because a lot of Americans don't want to go into specific fields. People only think of, it may be like, oh, the immigrants are taking all the, or they like people think, oh, when they deport everyone, it's going to be like a lot of like a farm labor shortage or something. Well, also another issue with that is that in high tech fields, it's very hard to get applicants from other countries, because our immigration process is so screwed up. One of my old coworkers I used to work with, he actually, he's from the Middle East, and it took him like damn near 2 years to get his green card. And this is a guy who has his doctorate degree in mechanical engineering, and he is one of the best hardworking engineers I've ever met. So I think that the entire notion of attacking DEI, it's just so, like, it's so misfounded, and just it's not based in reality of what's actually happening. And I'm all for increasing exposure to certain fields of opportunity to people who may or may not be otherwise exposed to these particular fields. I mean, if like I want every child or teenager, whatever, in this country to know about STEM, to know about skilled trades, like being a plumber, electrician, carpenter. Like my grandfather was a carpenter, and he made a good living doing that, real good living. When he was back home from, because he was in the he was in the Army initially. He got drafted in Korea, and then he was in the Marines. But I think his total service or whatever, it was about 27 or 28 years. So he served his country, and but when he was not in the military, when he wasn't actively in the military, he was also, being a carpenter. And so I really wish that when it comes to the Trump supporters, that they like some of them are just too far gone, but I also believe that some of them are starting to learn the reality of what's going to happen to our country the next 4 years with Donald Trump being in place. Him getting rid of government oversight by removing inspector generals, by getting rid of laws and protections that help combat discrimination in regards to not just race, but whether you're a man or a woman, whether like, let's say your religion, natural origin. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that if someone got pregnant, I mean, their employee could actually fire them for being pregnant. I mean, these are all things that I feel like shouldn't be stuff that's up for debate right now. And unfortunately, due to Trump and his cronies, these are things that we have to go back to and fight hard against, their revocations. And it becomes exhausting, to be honest with you. So that's all I really got to say about this topic, or these topics in general. Please tell me what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend. Peace.